I was doing my regular research last week, going through listings for my clients. I came across a 2-bedroom condo townhouse. Nice unit, been sitting on the market for a while. My clients actually wanted to go see it. So I did what I always do before I show a property. I dug into the history. The seller bought this property back in 2021 for $850,000. It's currently listed today for $740,000. That's down about $110,000 from what they paid, and they still have not sold. And I keep seeing this situation play out. A couple buys a condo or condo townhouse in 2021, second baby or first baby comes, they outgrow the space, they move up to a house, and then they make the same mistake that costs them close to $80,000. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what those mistakes are. Because you bought a condo or condo townhouse in 2020 to 2022, this could be for you. And stick around because I'm going to show you the exact number backed by data. And I'm also going to show you why right now is actually one of the better times to make this move. The math will surprise you. Here's what most people in this situation are not seeing. Yes, your condo or condo townhouse is worth less than what you paid. That's real. But the semi-detached house you want to move into is also down. A lot of people who bought it in 2021 have had 5 years of raises, promotions, new jobs, and even savings. Their household income today is not what it was when they bought. So when you look at the actual gap between what your condo town sells for today and what the semi-detached home you always wanted, and you factor in what your household earned now versus back in 2021, the picture is a lot better than what most people realize. Let me share my screen with you. So in 2022, the average condo townhouse was just shy of $1 million at $920,000. The average semi back at that time was about 1.5 mil. You heard that right, 1.5 mil. And the gap you need to close between from here to here was about 600,000. When you look at it today, that same townhouse is about 740,000. The average semi-detached is just a little bit over 1 mil. Maybe a little bit more than that, depending on what area you're looking at. But I'm talking about averages right now. And the gap has shrank about 300,000. Well, this number right here might be a little bit higher, depending on the finish or whatnot. Even let's say it's at 1.1 for a similar semi, then you're about 200,000. But right now, when you look at averages, you're about $300,000 difference in terms of what it is now to back in 2022. So the move up gap from a condo townhouse to a semi-detached house has shrank by about 310,000 since 2022. That is a number that matters, not what you paid for in 2021. But 3 specific mistakes killed the move before it starts. Let me show you exactly what that is. When people in this situation think about their finances, they focus on one number. What did I pay versus what I can sell for today? That is the wrong calculation. There are 4 numbers that actually determine whether this move works. Number 1, your net sale price. Not your list price, your net. After selling fees, legal costs on the sell side, which run roughly about $39,000 on a $740,000 a sale, you're walking away with about $701,000 in your pocket. Number 2, your real purchase costs. Most people look at the purchase price and stop there. But on a $1 million semi-detached in Toronto, this land transfer loan is about $36,000. Adding legal fees, home inspection, and some miscellaneous, and that's another $5K to $6K. So your total cost to close is about $172,000, not $1,030,000. And number 3, your sequencing costs. Once your condo townhouse is sold firm and unconditional, your lender can issue a bridge loan to cover the gap between the 2 closing dates. Because it's not always wise to close on the same date. It causes a lot of stress, and sometimes you're not even able to close on a second property. So on a bridge of roughly, let's say $330,000 for about 30 days, at current rates, you're looking at about an extra $1,400 to $1,700, which is manageable. But the bridge only kicks in after you have a firm sale. And that's sequencing. Sell firm first, then close on a house. This is the difference between a smooth move and a very stressful one. And number 4, your real equity position and minimum down payment. So you bought in 2021 for, let's say, $850,000 with 20% down. Your original mortgage was about $680,000. After 5 years of payment, your outstanding balance is about $620,000 to $630,000, but this could differ. Your townhouse net's about $701,000. You pay off the mortgage, and you have roughly about $71,000 to $81,000 in equity. Now, here's what most people miss. The minimum down payment on a $1 million purchase, and that's calculated tiers. 5% on the first $500,000 is about $25,000. 10% on the remaining $530,000 is is about $53,000. Your total minimum down payment is about $78,000. So your equity is roughly $76,000. Very close to that minimum, but maybe you have savings, some investments. And so this move is within reach. But now you know the exact number before you start shopping. So the mistake is not the paper loss. The mistake is not knowing your real numbers before you start making decisions. Okay, let me show you 3 mistakes that turn a manageable move into a costly one. And at mistake 3, I'll show you exactly where the close to $80,000 loss comes from. So here's the full picture on a move from $740,000 condo townhouse to about $1 million semi-detached in Toronto right now. So this is what you're bringing in. Your condo townhouse sale price, $740,000. Selling cost about $39,000. Net proceeds are about $700,000. And you pay off the remaining mortgage, that's $625,000. So the equity left in your pocket is about $76,000. So what do you need to close on that house? So the house is $1,030,000. You got land transfer tax, which is about $36,000. Legal fees and home inspection, about $5,500. The minimum down payment required is about $78,000. So your equity of $76,000 is just under $78,000 minimum down payment that you need. A small amount of savings can bridge the gap. And on a $952,000 mortgage at 4% over 25 years, your monthly payment is about $5,000. On a combined household income of $170,000, that qualifies easily. A lot of couples who bought in 2021 at $130,000, $140,000 combined, or maybe at $160,000 to $175,000 today. So 5 years of raise, career moves up, all that probably increased your salary. So this move is possible right now, but only if you avoid the 3 mistakes that blow up the math before you even get started. Let's forget the spreadsheets for a second. Picture your Tuesday night. Second baby is 3 months old. Your partner is exhausted. You're sleeping in shifts. Your 2-year-old is in the second bedroom. There's nowhere to put anyone. And every night you lie there thinking, we have to move, but we are down $110,000 on this place. That is a situation I keep on seeing with a lot of families. And almost every time, the same 3 mistakes make it worse than it needs to be. Mistake number 1, you're pricing based on what you paid. So you paid $850,000 back in 2021. You list at $849,000 or even $829,000 because you know the market is soft, but you're not ready to accept how far it has moved. Buyers do not care what you paid. They're looking at every 2-bedroom condo townhouse that's sold in your area in the last 60 days. Right now, those comparables are coming at $720,000 to $750,000. When you price it above the comparables, your listing sits. Days on market climbs. Buyers start wondering what is wrong with that unit. Then the lowball offers starts coming in. That listing I found in the west end of the city has been sitting for over 60 days. Every week it sits, the leverage shifts towards the buyer. I've seen sellers lose an additional $20,000 to $40,000 by chasing a number in the market that has already left behind. A clean sale in 14 days at $740,000 puts more money in your pocket than a 90-day grind that ends at $700,000. The market does not care what you paid. Price where the comparables are. Sell it clean and move forward. Mistake 2 does not just cost you money, it can stop the entire transaction from happening. So here's mistake number 2. It's not understanding how the sequence works. Here's how most people think this works. They find a house they love, they buy it with a long closing, and they plan to sell their townhouse before the closing date arrives. Simple, right? Here's what they do not think through. Most buyers cannot qualify to carry 2 mortgages at the same time. A lender stress testing you on a new $950,000 mortgage while you still have your existing townhouse will likely say no. You do not have the income to serve both unless you actually do. So when you buy the house before your townhouse is sold, you're making a commitment you may not be able to close on unless your townhouse sells in time. And in this market, timing is not guaranteed. I've seen buyers find their dream home, buy with a 90-day close, then watch the townhouse sit on the market for many days. The pressure of that final 2 weeks forces a decision that costs serious money. The solution is straightforward, but requires planning before you fall in love with the house. Get pre-approved first, so you know exactly what you qualify for with and without the existing townhouse mortgage. Understand your realistic sell timeline. In this market, budget about 60 plus days to sell a 2-bedroom condo townhouse and choose your closing date on a new house based on that realistic timeline, not the most optimistic one. Sell your townhouse firm first, then make offers on houses with confidence. Reversing that order is where people get into serious trouble. Now, the 3rd mistake, this is the one with the number I promised you at the start. Mistake number 3, waiting for your townhouse value to recover. This one feels responsible. You're not going to sell at a loss. You're going to wait until the market recovers, then make your move. Now, here's the problem with that thinking. This is where the close to $80,000 loss comes from. That's in my title. Let's say you wait over 1 year. Your townhouse goes up 7%. Very unlikely in this market, but let's say it does. From $740,000 to $792,000. You gain $52,000 on the sell side. That feels good, but that semi-detached you want does not stay at $1,030,000 while you wait. Semi-detached houses in Toronto have historically appreciated faster than condo townhouse. Let's say at 10%, the same house goes from $1,030,000 to $1.13. You gain $52,000 on your townhouse. The house you want costs about $100,000 more. The gap did not shrink. It grew by $51,000 1 year alone. Then let's say you wait 2 years. The numbers get worse. Your townhouse recovers slowly while the semi-detached pulls further. The gap compounds every year you wait. That is the number, not one bad decision, and the quiet cost of waiting while assuming both properties move the same way. Your condo townhouse and semi-detached you want do not appreciate at the same rate. Every year you wait, the gap gets wider, not smaller. So you can see right now, if your condo townhouse goes up just 7%, and your semi-detached goes up 10%. Not saying that's going to even happen this year, but historically, semi-detached homes have always appreciated quicker and bigger than condo townhouses. And we know that condo townhouses are not going to increase this year either because it's in a balanced buyer's market. While the opposite is true for semi-detached homes. They're actually in a balanced seller's market. So as you wait, this is close to $80,000. The wait over here is about 2-year wait. Here's the part most people are not seeing because they are too focused on the loss. Most people compare what they paid in 2021 to what they can sell for today and stop there. But that is only one half of the picture. The semi-detached always have dropped in price and rates are lower than what they were in 2022 and 2023. When you put all those things together, the monthly payment on this move is actually about $2,700 less per month than it is today. Let me share my screen with you. In 2022, moving up to a $1.5 million semi-detached at 5% or at 5.25%, a mortgage of roughly, let's say 1.2 mil is $7,200 a month. Today, moving up to a $1 million semi-detached at 4% means a mortgage of roughly $952,000 and a monthly payment of just about $5,000 a month. This is over $2,600 less every single month, more than $31,000 back in your pocket every year on the same type of move. And on top of that, 5 years of career growth means most households earning, let's say 130 to 140 back then in 2021, earning about 160 to 175 today. The combination of a lower monthly payment and a stronger income, exactly why people who bought in 2021 are making this move right now and making it work. You did not miss your window. The monthly cost of this move is dramatically lower today than it was at the peak. That is the number most people are not looking at. So here's exactly how I walk clients through this move. Step 1, know your real numbers before you do anything. Pull the actual comparables from the last 6 days for the 2-bedroom condo townhouse in your area. Get pre-approved so you know exactly what mortgage qualifies you on your new purchase. And do both of these before you step inside a single open house. Step 2, price your townhouse to sell, not to recover. A clean sale at market value moves you forward. Chasing a number the market has left behind keeps you stuck. Sellers I show you at the start of this video are learning that lesson right now. Step 3, sell firm, then move on that house. Once you have a firm unconditional sale on your townhouse, you know your exact equity. Your bridge loan is available, and you make offers as a serious buyer. And that changes how sellers respond to you. And step 4, build your closing timeline around reality, not optimism. Budget about 60 days to sell your townhouse in this market. Choose your house closing date with that buffer built in. That is the difference between a smooth transition and a stressful scramble. The move is harder than it was in 2019, but with the right sequence, it is very much doable right now. So let me be direct about who this move makes sense for right now. Make this move now if you have a genuine space problem, you have a second baby, kid is starting school, there's no room to grow. The lifestyle cost of staying is real and it compounds every month. Your combined income about $170,000 or above today, not 2021 income. What you earn now, your equity from the townhouse sale plus your saving covers that $80,000 minimum down payment and the closing costs on the buy side. You plan to stay in the house for at least 7 years, and this is how long it takes to absorb the transaction costs and build real equity at today's prices. Wait if your equity plus savings fall short of the minimum down payment and closing costs combined. Overextending creates a fragile transaction, or one partner is on parental leave and income is temporarily reduced. To qualify on what you actually earn today, not 6 months from now. You do not have a genuine space problem yet. And if the townhouse works for another 12 to 18 months, that time lets you build more savings and potentially benefit from a better rate environment. Thanks for watching. See you soon.